Here we are. Okay, folks, welcome to the Go for Diamond call this evening and our Go for Diamond webinar this evening. And Tammy and I decided to do this session live despite the fact that we did a recording. Image is not as good as usual. I have to figure this out. Despite that we did a recording, it's available on the activeteamtraining.com, and it's active on activeteamgroup.com, activeteamtraining.com. It's all there. But what I find is when we do a live event like this, it gives us an opportunity to give you a bit more insights on why we did certain things and so forth. So, of course, it'll be saved and it'll be added on to the Go for Diamond webinar list, which you can also find on the Active Team Group site. It will also be saved in multiple groups, especially the Max Global Diamond. And just for some of you that may not be aware, we do have multiple groups that are private groups for different teams. But the Max Global Diamond is a group that is open to every associates that goes from South America to North America to if you go to Asia in the Philippines, if we go down under all the way to Australia, obviously, and Africa, and all different parts, all the countries in Africa. So there's a lot of associates from all over the world there. So I tend to post these videos there, and then I share it in individual private groups. So you can't really miss it. So this evening, as Tammy stated before we started recording, this is the updated version of the new associate orientation that is based on the current time today, and with a kind of renewed slide, and also that is current with the compensation plan and some of the details that we believe is very, very important for a new associate to hear. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start sharing my screen. Just want to confirm that everybody is seeing that screen. If you can just type in a yes or Y to confirm. And I'm just going to pause for a moment here to make sure everybody has an opportunity to confirm. Okay, beautiful. Sometimes I share and for some reason not everybody sees. Okay, so that's good. Excellent. And also, if I may suggest, Tammy and I are following the Eric Worre mentoring program that was promoted on the GoPro Live event. This is that big course that we took for the year that some of you are part of. I know, Paul, you're part of it, and I know Sylvie is part of it, and many others. And there's a lot of really good insight that we get from these trainings, and Tammy and I are evolving. I can't wait till we get to the social media environment, because so far we're doing what we've kind of trial and errors, what we see and so forth. But one thing that I found is very common is participation on the chat section. So if you have a question, a comment, or anything you feel you want to communicate, please do share. What I found is when you share the content or whatever may be crossing among your minds, it becomes part of the training and it enriches the training. Okay, so this is why your participation is equally important as the content that we're sharing. And this is something that I cannot stress enough. What are your thoughts on the subject, Tammy?
Absolutely. Yeah, participation is everything. And we're noticing that, Daryl, I wanted you to go full screen.
Yeah.
We're noticing a huge difference when people are actively involved in chats and comments on the Facebook group. And again, it gets you out there. And at the same time, people are seeing you actively engage. When they see you as a leader actively engage, it encourages other people to get more engaged. So do this as often as you can. I know that we all have busy schedules. One of the things that I like to do is early morning, late night, and participating in doing this stuff. And then during the day, obviously, on my productive building max time, I'm focused on max building my business.
So again, to initiate this training, this new associate orientation is something that is absolutely critical. Some of you I know have big goals in this business, and some of you are doing well. Some of you maybe are looking to get your products for free. Some of you are just looking to make some extra money on the side. Maybe some of you just like the social environment of this kind of business model. regardless of what your goals are, if you want to have a residual income, it's critical that people duplicate these steps that we're about to share. They're very, very important. And the one thing that I found is the leadership that I work with all over the world that have had an enormous amount of success happens to also be people who have been very strong in duplicating the right behavior. So moving on to the first slide, Tammy, you go ahead.
Yeah, so really it's a focus on understanding the overview of our network marketing profession, because obviously most people who come into network marketing have never had experience in coming into this type of profession. And so, really to have an understanding of network marketing versus a job. Well, as a network marketer, you have control of the time you put into this. You have control of the amount of income that you can generate in this type of business model. And you can earn different ways through the compensation plan, as you'll learn through this process, versus a job. You're working for somebody else. You're not in control of your hours, and you get paid one way, and you might have a bonus here and there for producing whatever you need to produce in your job. But network marketing allows the average person to create an abundant lifestyle.
Moving on to the first slide, Tammy, you go ahead. Sorry about that.
Whatever you need to have. And we always thrive no matter what the economy, what's happening in the economy. Over the last 20 years, network marketing has always thrived. When devastation happens, crisis happens, network marketing is always excited. People are wanting more, But even in a good economy, people are always looking to make extra money. And of course, the best products come through our profession of network marketing. We all know profits are better than wages. People go work a job to earn a living, but adding on a part-time business will build you profits. It's building you that lifestyle that you dream of. And employees always pay more taxes. So you want to make sure that you get in that bracket of being independent business owner, so you can have all the tax benefits of being a business owner.
And in the context of network marketing, there is 4 pillars that are absolutely critical in building your business. And one is the company. And when I talk about the company, is the belief you have in the company, the way you posture yourself in front of the company. These are all the things that will have an impact when you start sharing this information with potential prospects or associates. That I cannot stress this enough. Learn about the company, learn about the history. There's a lot of information. This company has done amazing things over the past 13 and a half years. Number 2 is your products. I have to admit that with Max International, it's very easy to hide behind the products because they are absolutely amazing. The science is very, very, very critical. As you probably noticed in the email that was sent, that we have our doctor symposium at the end of the month, which I believe is the 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th. I may have a day off here, but the information is there. And one of the things I cannot stress enough, despite the fact that we have some very credible science and we have some very credible medical practitioners that are behind these products, not because of the income associated with it, it's because they have witnessed what these products had done for, in some cases, their patients. But I know it's also very political, but the reality is the products are bringing great benefits. But this is the point I want you to underline, I want you to pay attention to, is the benefits. It is the benefits of the products that will sell the general public. Remember, 1% of the population have the knowledge of doctors and people that understands the pharmaceuticals and so forth. The 99%ers, they want to understand, how is this going to better my life? How am I going to benefit from consuming and spending money to buy these products? This is how you're going to increase your customer base, but in the same time you will increase the associate base. Number 3 is the compensation plan. See, the compensation plan, despite the fact that some folks may feel maybe a little bit uncomfortable because they're not comfortable with the industry for whatever reason, maybe it's past experiences or knowledge that was passed on by others, whatever the situation is, this compensation plan is extremely lucrative and very, very, very generous. And the reality is, without this compensation plan, the products wouldn't be in your hands. The products wouldn't be around the world as it is. See, the comp plan is what shares the vision of how someone can improve their lifestyle. In the same time, it gives the opportunity and the funds to the average people like ourselves, like myself, to be able to afford buying these products. Once upon a time, there was a time where money was not growing in trees. Not that it is now, but the point is that it was not at our disposal as it is now. And the fact that the commissions were paying for the product, that was my very first goal, is to break even, right? And then it evolved from there. And compensation plan is critical, and there's many ways to approach it, but that's the third pillar. And the number 4 is your story. Your story is the nucleus of your business. The more compelling your story is, the more reach you will have. There's a saying, and we talked about that in the movie, is if your why makes you cry, it will most likely impact others. If your why does not make you cry, that's the kind of results that others may also feel, right? Oh, sounds great, but okay. And I'm not saying that you need to have a compelling why and a dramatic story to have success in your business. You could use someone else's story combined with your story. So you're simply using your common sense and sharing information that might trigger kind of an emotional response for someone else to say, you know what? I really want to look into this. I really want to try this company. I really want to try these products. So these are the 4 pillars that are critical for an associate to build upon as you start building your business. And folks, you're not going to learn all of this overnight. This is going to come over time. But the more you share, the more you practice, the easier it becomes.
So mastering the first 3 steps is why you're doing this business. And, people tend to read you very well when you're prospecting. When you're passionate about why you're doing this, people seem to move towards you. So you want to make sure you're extending that belief onto your prospects, because I get this all the time where people go, oh my gosh, Tammy, you're just so passionate about this. They want more because of the passion, right? So make sure that you share that passion about why you're part of this. Number 2 is the goal, is so what do you want to achieve out of this? If you're going to put the time into Max building this business part-time, what is it that you want to achieve from this? So you want to take time to write this down. And number 3 is obviously action. What are you willing to do to get it? And when you fill this out, send it to your sponsor, and always inform your sponsor on your progress. And don't try to do this business alone. It's all about working together as a team, and your sponsor is going to guide you and obviously celebrate your success and help you move forward in your business.
I totally agree, Tammy. So dealing, the purpose and your why, your personal journey, this is extremely, extremely important. Your purpose statement articulate why you do what you do. One thing that I found looking and listening to these gurus, excuse me, even though, when you swallow it goes on the wrong hole, don't you hear that? So you see, this is live. See, these are things that happens. What's very important is that people are so curious to learn about others. I mean, it's human nature. And again, we want to help you define your why. What matters to you? I know that everybody wants money, but money is just, it's a tool to get to what you really desire, right? So the fact is, if you take the element of the money and you put it aside for a moment here and you focus, well, okay, you have all the money you want in the bank. There's no issues there. You got millions upon the millions and it keeps coming every single month. I just want to put that aside to put your mind at ease when it comes to the subject of money. Once you have that, now that's done. Now let's get into the real you. What matters to you? Very important. Is it your family? Is it your beliefs? Is it your education? Is it traveling? Whatever it is, write this down before you draft your story. And what do you desire most? What is it that you really, out of all the things that matters to you, what do you desire most? You know, often we want things, but we want things based on beliefs and what we keep seeing on TV and what others are saying they want. It's really strange, but sometimes we lose ourselves in during the times and the myth of everything that we're exposed to. And you need to do some soul searching. I'm telling you, if you take the time to do what I'm sharing with you now, your story could be so compelling. And that story will be the foundation when you approach a prospect. It'll be much bigger than an incredible product and an incredible opportunity. How that particular company or that particular product or whatever the opportunity that's presented to you, how it affects you and how your story will be compelling to maybe someone else. Okay, so what do you desire most? What impact do you want to make in the world? You know, when Tammy and I started this opportunity, we were really driven by improving our lifestyle, right? Tammy went also through a divorce. I went through a divorce. We're the Brady Bunch family. Tammy's girls and my children. We kind of grew up. They were quite young. I mean, we're talking years ago here. What was our first immediate goal? We needed money. Money ranks right up there with oxygen, and it's just society we live in, and we were drowning. So that was our first goal. But as we start achieving these goals that we've obviously achieved years and years ago, then things started changing. We have acquired some wonderful things. We have a great lifestyle. Not to repeat, what's going on, but what's important, and I'm telling you folks, every time we have a new associate, and that new associate get a certain level of success and their lives have changed, it brings such an incredible satisfaction. It's hard to express to you, but I'm telling you, these are the things that your why will evolve. Your reason for being will evolve. I am not kidding. Just today, one of our associates in Nigeria was Dr. Austin was actually invited to go to Mauritius because of his rank achievement, and he's maintained his rank achievement despite the challenge that we've been dealing since the beginning of 2020. That is motivating. And a lot of that is due to his perseverance and persistence, right? So what impact do you want to make into the world? So this is what we're talking about when we talk about your purpose statement.
Yeah, that is truly what's going to drive you every single day to make the calls and talk to new people, despite how tired you are. And obviously, number two is your goal. So make sure that you constantly have a target goal, especially a monthly goal. So know every single month what you want to achieve in that qualifying month. So you're creating intention. And how many new associates do you want to sign up in your business? How many customers do you want to sign up in your business? How many new primes do you want to help produce in your business, and new ranks, plus your own goal on your personal prime and your ranks? So always have a target, because if you don't, then the day's gonna go by, the week's gonna go by, the month's gonna go by, and it's like nothing happened. And that's why it's so critical to write things down and move towards it in your goals.
I totally agree. Now, I just wanted to confirm, Roland mentioned that there's a humming sound. Is this correct? Does anybody hear a humming sound? Just type in an N for a no and a yes for a Y for a yes as I continue here. Okay. So there is a humming sound. Okay. Okay. So that's interesting. Let me see if I can do something here, and let me go with this over here.
There we go.
Okay, is this better? Is the sound better now?
Yeah.
Okay, so instead of using my microphone, I'll use my speaker for my computer, my microphone for the computer. Okay, so let's carry on. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Okay, so let's carry on. So moving on to the next point, which 3 is, folks, listen, this is something that Tammy and I hear a lot.
The slide didn't move, Chris. I don't know if you moved it.
Okay, let me go back. Wonderful technology. We need to adjust. Now,
And this whole training is being is already recorded and
yeah, that's good. Are you seeing the slide now?
No.
Okay, I'm going to stop the share and I'm going to reshare and hoping that that will solve the problem. And here we go. Are you guys seeing this?
Blank.
Okay. Thank you, Zoom, for making this so easy for all of us. Okay, let me try this again. I'll try something else. Is this working?
No. Or is it me? Okay, no. Others are saying no.
Okay. Why is it being mean? I do what I do for the past year. I don't do anything different. Share the screen. Okay. Wow, this is really, really, I can see on Facebook Live here. No, but is everybody same boat? Okay. Well, I don't know why it's doing that. The only option that I have is to quit Zoom, but if I do that, I will lose all of you guys. Just 1 second. I'm going to try this again. And I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and try this one more time. Okay. Are you able to see the screen now?
No.
Okay. The reason why nothing's changing is I've been doing what I've been doing since day one. So it could be an issue with Zoom.
Maybe.
Uh,
Well, you have your
Tammy, do you have the PowerPoint on your computer? It's on Active Team, but it's just misbehaving for me. So I'm not sure
okay,
what else to do here. Okay. FaceTime is fine. Okay. Okay, testing. Keep talking, Chris. You have a great voice. You know, I've been told that I have a radio voice. I've never took that seriously. Okay, I'm just trying to share again, and it's not sharing. Okay. The power invested in me.
Okay, you want to give share screen over to me?
Yeah, I'm going to do that. And I'm going to give you, where are you, Tammy? Here you go. Move. I'm going to make you as co-host. Make co-host. Okay, now you should be able to share. So why don't you go ahead?
Okay.
I apologize there, folks. We're just trying to resolve this. Okay, so Tammy's share screen seems to be working.
Okay. I'm doing it right from the site here.
Okay, Tammy, you're not in the right option here. You want to go on the bottom right. Oh, you're doing from the site. It's not going to work the way you're thinking.
Oh, it's not? Okay. I was going to enter full screen. Do you want me to download it? Oh, gosh.
Well, okay, let's multiple display and share simultaneously.
Let me do enter full screen and see what we get.
Okay.
Can everybody see my screen?
Yeah, we can see your screen.
Let me see.
Unfortunately, you're seeing the web version. So we'll go with that, Tammy. I mean, at least it's some visual and people will be able to see the slides. So just go from there.
Does that work better?
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Okay. All right. Sorry about that, you guys.
Okay. So the point,
Yeah.
okay, perfect. So the point that I wanted to share on this note here, folks, is often people start this business, and one of the things that they do is, well, let me start this when next week, when this happens or that happened, or you know what, let me start it tomorrow, or you know what, let me start it next month. And here's what happens: 90% of the time, I think it's even higher than that, people never begin, they never start. I really, really suggest for you to immediately start by, for example, we'll talk about making your list. We'll talk about that briefly later on. Work on your story. Do something immediately so your mind adjusts to the idea that you have begun. Your business has started. I'm telling you, it's absolutely great. Do not put it off. If you put it off, life will get in the way and will push it aside. And next thing you know, you'll never really take this business seriously. This is a serious business, and it requires a serious commitment. And what I mean by serious commitment, I don't mean that you need to quit what you're doing right now in your life. You can add it on to what you do, but don't put it aside. This is a very, very important enterprise. Not only that, but in our society today, I truly believe it's extremely important when it comes to our wealth and when it comes to our health. Back to you, Tammy.
All right, so everybody has seen, well, I believe everybody has, maybe there's some new people on the call tonight or the Zoom tonight, but the Max Action Plan, this is a new upgraded one. So there's a 5 steps to success. As you can see, step number 1 is your auto ship. Make sure that you have a minimum of 100 personal volume if you want to get paid on the whole compensation plan. And we always encourage people to do it within the first 5 days of building your business. And there's a strategy to that when it comes to building out your prime bonuses. So step number 2 is to become a senior associate. So to become a senior associate, you need to personally enroll 1 person on your left team, 1 person on your right team, and they set up a minimum of 100 points and get set up on auto ship. Okay, there's different packages for them to join the business, and it's different in every single country. So you have to click on the flag of the country to see what packages are available for the enrollment packages. And step number 3, the first real goal is to get prime bonus level 1. And Chris is going to go through that in the compensation plan review in this PowerPoint presentation. And step number 4 is to become a bronze associate. That's the most significant rank. From there, everything is built on you building up bronze associates within your personal line of sponsorship to get to the next levels. So in other words, if you wanted to become a diamond, because that's always the big goal for a lot of people, you need to have 4 qualified bronzes on different legs, which we'll explain to you. And the next one is obviously duplication. The more you get people to duplicate auto ship, get to senior associate, become a prime bonus level 1, and then build your bronze, the more you duplicate that within your organization, the faster you will grow up in your ranks in your business. So this is just an illustration of what it looks like. So for example, you put your name in here if you happen to print up this sheet, which is available when you go to the new associate orientation folder. So this is you, and your first goal is to go get 5 people that order a minimum of 100 points on auto ship. And then those 5, you fill in their names, and those 5 people, you want to teach them to duplicate and do the same thing. And all this is shown in this stage here of the binary payout. You see it in this organization. So you don't see it like this in your organization, you see it like this. So for example, this is you, and this one here happens to be this person. You teach them to build out their prime one, you see 600 points. Same thing. This one happens to be this person, so on and so forth. And the goal in being to get your bronze is to build out 2,000 volume on the left, 2,000 volume on the right. And then you become a bronze associate. So that's just an illustration that you can print up as well.
Okay, so to get into, thank you, Tammy, to get into some of the details, and again, not so detailed, but to give you a bit more of a reference of these 5 points, is obviously the first one was autoship. The second one is to become a senior associate. And that is the illustration that Tammy was talking about. One on the left and one on the right. It's really, really that simple. Okay, so in this case, all it means is you are on 100 PV. PV stands for personal volume. From that point on, you sponsor one on the left, one on the right. There are also 100 PV individually. When this happens, then now you're qualified as a senior associate, and now you're in a position to start earning an income, a serious income, when it comes to the binary matching check and so forth. And if you're looking at this for the very first time, don't be alarmed. There is plenty of trainings. The person who invited you to this opportunity can give you a lot more details, and you can really dissect this in steps as you see fit. That again is to give you an illustration on the steps. So that's the first, the second step, becoming a senior associate. The third step, if you want to click on that slide, Tammy, is the prime bonus. And these are just, again, it's pretty much related to your first step, where you're on autoship, right? So you have 100 personal volume, PV. Now, number 2, the second step is you sponsored at least 3 people that are buying at least 100 PV. Again, that's their personal volume. Number 3 is you need to have 500 CV. CV is, for some, you're seeing this since we spoke in this training, it's a commissionable volume. That's what CV means, which means is the points that you see, it's actually converted from dollars or Naira or CDs or whatever currency you might be dealing with in the country that you're listening from. Okay, so this accumulated 500 CV is what you require to have achieved by sponsoring your 3. That's the reason why we teach, going to the next slide, thank you, Tammy, we suggest you get 5 people. Because if you rely on 3, then all 3 have to buy a little bit more to compensate for the difference. So what we've been teaching is, let's get 5 people that are consuming a minimum of 100. And the reality is the average Canadian, for example, will actually spend $120, right? So that's 120 CV. When you do the math times 5, then you get a little bit more than what you actually need. If someone drops, you're still okay. You see what I mean? Gives you plenty of time to prepare to bring the next person in. The point here is that you'll get 1 share. A share will vary from month to month, depending on the company's receivable and how many associates around the globe has actually qualify for Prime Level 1. Well, what's really important here is the Prime 1 is not the bonus that we thrive for. It's a bridge. It's a stepping stone to get to what we really want, the real prize. So to finish the conversation on the Prime is, if you count your 100 CV plus the 5 people you're sponsored consuming 100 CV, that's 600 points. That's what Tammy was talking. When I say points, I'm referring to CVs. It's the same thing. So moving on to the next slide, now we get into the binary. We're not going to get into the rest of the matching check, because remember, it's a new associate orientation. We just want to limit that for you to have a general idea of what's going on. And we're not expecting for you to learn all of this evening, is to have a reference of what's to come, so you can get a feel for, okay, this is what I have to learn. But the point is to go back to the bronze, which was a step number 4, I believe, right? So you notice the 2000 CV, again, that's commissionable volume. That's the cumulative volume on the left team and on the right team. So if you look at this illustration, we got 3 people on your left. If you help them become Prime Level 1,
you know you have a minimum of 600 CV. The reality is you'll have thousands, because I'm telling you, if people are motivated, they're not just going to limit to 5. And not only that, but often people order way more than what they consume because they want to retail or sell. So it's really interesting when people aim for the prime one. When you start quantifying all of that, the numbers become staggering over time. So looking at these three times 600, that's 1,800. That's 1,800. And you need 2,000. So you're missing 200 CV to qualify on the left team. And on the right team, you have 1,200. You're missing 800 CV. All it means is you don't need to sponsor everybody yourself. The key is the people in your team are also going to be doing exactly what you have done by qualifying to prime level 1. Guess what? That means there's more bodies that are actually sharing the information. So these 600 CV eventually, if it's properly duplicated, pops like popcorn. Can you visualize popcorn? When you look in the microwave at the first 30 seconds to a minute, nothing happens, maybe a pop or two. And the last 30 seconds after 2 minutes or whatever, I forgot how long it takes to do popcorn, that's when it pops, pop, 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 and it doesn't stop. This is how you get into momentum. It's really interesting. But it all starts, and the reason why it's slow at the beginning is people are adjusting, they're learning, they're figuring out their way around, okay, how am I going to talk about this? And that's how you get to bronze, where you got 2,000 CV on your right team, you got 2,000 CV on your left team. And that's when the income starts coming in on a monthly basis. You want to become silver, gold, platinum, diamond, double, triple, crown, diamond. It's just a multiplication of exactly the same thing I've just explained to you, but there are more people lifting opposed to you doing all the lifting. Back to you, Tammy.
Excellent. And as you see this chart, visualize yourself at one of these ranks. Which rank would be a really happy rank for you? And I highly recommend you share that with the person who brought you into this business so they can help you and guide you to hit these levels. And if they're not at those levels yet, don't worry about it, because there's a whole team that's involved in this that are going up within your organization. So there's always support. So you never have to worry about that. Okay, so the to-do list. A lot of it we've already talked about. So write out your why max story. Set your auto ship. Make sure that you do that. If you haven't done that right now, up to now, go into your virtual office, ask your sponsor to support you on that if you haven't done that yet, and then set up your auto ship. Okay, and pick your date that you want to receive the auto ship. Number 3 is to make a written contact list of everybody you know. Do never disqualify anybody thinking they have enough or this wouldn't be for them. Do not prejudge. You never know where people are at in their lives. Just write the names down and make those connections. So number 4 is to invite those people to watch video. Now, in the North American market, we focus on this link, which is www.maxlook.info. If you haven't been there yet, click on the link, copy it, click on it, watch it so you know exactly what you're sending your prospects to. Okay, so you'll see exactly 2 videos that'll give them an overview, more of a curiosity for them to want more. And number 5, make sure that you subscribe to the team website, activeteamgroup.com. And in this, once you subscribe, you're going to receive a welcome letter with a PDF document of all the steps to go through, as well as this presentation and the PowerPoint. Okay, so number 6 is to attend every single Monday night training when we have a training available. The only time we don't do a training on Monday night is on a holiday, and we'll always let you know in advance, but there is a Zoom webinar scheduled every single Monday night outside of a holiday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So put that in your calendar. That's your learning hour, okay? Number 7 is to view the success cycle training on the activeteamtraining.com. You can go right to activeteam.com as well, find the success cycle series and go through the steps of the prospecting process. And number 8, do you want to go ahead with this, Chris?
Sure. What's important is your inventory, acquiring your business tool. You know, when we were talking about your 100 CV, this is your personal consumption. Obviously, Max offers packages. And why are they offer packages? So you have an inventory to work with. So you need some products so people can touch, try, smell, right? To get a feel for what's going on. It sounds horrible to say this today because of COVID, but we understand what we mean by that, right? So people need to have their products on hand to be able to consume them, right? Um, One thing that also very important is often I see new associates and they have no voicemail.
Mm.
This is like your close for business. You want to make sure that whatever your setting is, that you welcome business. So if you don't have voicemail, I really highly recommend to pay the extra 2 or 3 or $2, whatever. Sometimes it's included with your plan. Activate your voicemail. Most of the time, the voicemail is there. It's just never been activated. So this is very important. And just have a professional message. Very simple. Hi, my name is Chris. Thank you for calling. I look forward to get back to you. Please leave your name and phone number and the best time to return your call. Something very simple. The other thing is joining team groups. The person who invited you to this business is most likely connected to a WhatsApp group or a Facebook group. Just make sure that you're part of it, right? If you want to be part of the Facebook group, again, I have different groups for different countries. I try not to mix, for example, what's going on in Africa with what's going on in North America, just because the information becomes overwhelming. So we have different groups for Africa, Nigeria, Ghana, Canada, and different groups, right? So make sure that you go through, and also I don't want to offend your upline leadership. They may have their own agenda, they may have their own things, and that's totally cool. So ask your upline, can I be part of this group? Can I join this group? They will tell you exactly what you need to do. Download Zoom. Make sure that it's downloaded on your phone and on your computer. Why your phone? You might be stranded at one point and you may have to share something. The Zoom on their phone works absolutely phenomenally. So you just need to have it there, right? Your account will synchronize. Once you log in on your phone or on your computer, it knows exactly what your settings are all about. Again, that's a bit of technical talk on my part. So download the Zoom on your phone and on your computer. The other thing is go to mymaxpay.com and set up your pay account, because Max, when they pay you into, it's like a PayPal account, but we call it the MyMax Pay. You log in with your phone or your computer and you can transfer funds into a credit card that the company gives to you. It's not a credit card, it's like a Visa card you can charge, or you can transfer your account into your money into your account wherever you reside. And if you happen to be in North America, okay, I know in Nigeria, in Ghana, in different parts of the world, they may have a different approach on how the money is manipulated. But that's very important if you happen to be in North America. Number 10 is connect to your leader and team support. Folks, don't try to do this alone. This is absolutely critical, right? This business is designed to work as a unit, to work as a team, not singular. The singular way of working does not work anymore. It's the future of businesses is teamwork. I've learned that when I was in school. I remember when they put us together to work as teams and to learn to collaborate. Today, it's really the way things are. And in the future, more than ever, right? Because you have 10 heads processing, you get much better product than one person trying to figure it all out on their own. Understanding the core business strategy. We talked about this earlier, the prime bonus. Learn how to enroll a new associate and a customer. Don't rely on your upline or the company to do this for you. Of course, the company is there to support you. But what's really important is that you become self-efficient, autonomous when it comes to doing the activities to do your business. See, I often say that you're working for yourself, but you're not working by yourself, right? So it's called interdependent. You are independent, but you're much more powerful when you can rely on others to complement your strength and even weaknesses. Go ahead, Tammy.
All right. So the summary of success, you want to talk to people every single day. Every time you have an opportunity to connect with somebody, do this during your day. We always say we do max while we do life. Learn and grow on a daily basis. Take the time, especially when you're new, you want to take the time and listen to a video, when you're not building your max business late in the evening, early morning, get up a little bit early, listen to a recording while you're eating your lunch. You can do that if you're working a job, and find every opportunity to learn and grow personally, because the more you learn and grow, the less you'll be stuck in your comfort zone, in your fear zone. Speak to your mentor multiple times a week and share your results and ask for guidance. There's a sheet that we use, it's an activity sheet that your sponsor is aware of, and you can fill your sheet out on a weekly basis and share that with the person who sponsored you, so they can help keep you accountable and guide you on the activities. Read your team messages in the groups daily and save important messages. For example, our medical symposium coming up. Visit your virtual office daily. I do this in the morning. I do it in the evening. I don't check it all day long unless I'm signing somebody up in the system. But you want to get familiarized with everything, with the reports, the commissions, the team, the auto ship, all of that stuff, so you know how to show other people and expand on that. And then you want to make sure that you're attending events. Virtual events are really the big thing now, and you want to be building relationships with other Max associates. Learn other Max associates stories. We actually have a strong Max women Facebook group. In the new associate orientation PDF document, there's more details on what's available, so you can plug into that, and of course ask your leaders everything that you can be part of. Do your auto ship the first week of every single month. You do it the beginning of the month, so you have your product on hand. Either you're consuming it within your home, or you're promoting the product to build your network. I always say order more than your personal consumption, because if you don't, you're really just a glorified customer, somebody who's consuming on a regular basis. If you have product in your hand to move, you'll be more likely going to be more active building your business, and teach your team to do the same thing. And above all, don't quit. It is a journey. Enjoy the journey and enjoy the whole process of the learning, because you're going to have a lot of fun doing this business. You're going to find, maybe at the beginning it might be a little bit different, but as you start getting the stories back of the lives that you've impacted, it's going to affect you in a really personal way. And you'll want to do a whole lot more when you start to get that rolling. So remember that if others are succeeding, you can certainly succeed as well.
And by the way, folks, when Tammy and I will upload this training and also the video that we recently posted on different groups, and we will be in a comment section, we'll be adding the reference that we're talking about when we're talking about the 5 steps, and some of the reference that Tammy was talking about. So it'll be well listed there. So it'll be easy for you to click on it, download it on your computer from the comment section. Okay. Now moving on to this slide, very important, is obstacles are what you see when you take your eye off your goal. This is really profound, because I'm telling you, when I know for myself, when I'm driven with a goal in mind to achieve a certain task, I am so focused. And when the goal is accomplished, in some cases, where, okay, now what else? What am I going to work on now? It's funny, but then you easily get distracted, by what's going on Netflix or whatever. So it's just an example of reality. Is if you're focused on your goal, whatever obstacles you come across will not be as impactful, because your goal will distract you from the issues around you that will try to get you out of the game. Very, very important. Stay focused. This is something I tell you folks, when I have a goal, I am like an eagle. I can see my target miles away from where I am. And I'm focusing and I can see it clear as day. And I'm going right for it. And there's nothing that will get in my way. That's just my personality. Now, I think that everybody at one point can become that way if you want it bad enough. Very important. You got to set your goals. You got to have some direction of what you want out of this opportunity. What do you want out of life? Once you have clarity, it's amazing how simple things become and how insignificant the naysayers and the negativity and the people that can't see past their negative situation will become irrelevant to you. You sympathize with their situation, but you don't have to become a victim like a lot of people happens to be. And folks, I don't mean to be heartless when I'm saying this. I'm saying this with all care. I want you to succeed. And for you to succeed, you got to stay focused. And for you to focus, you have to have a point of reference, and these are your goals. Back to you, Tammy.
Yeah, so what you focus on it expands. So you might as well focus on great things moving forward, your dreams, your goals, because that's what's going to get you where you need to go. Persistence pays. It's key. Every single day, be persistent in doing the money-making activities. We cannot express that enough. Do the connection, prospecting, inviting, following up. Add your leader to the equation on a third-party validation, and they'll move your prospects to a decision. And then it just goes every single day like that. So keep pushing the ball up the hill, because once it's at the top of the hill, it's called momentum. That means many people are pushing and it's going. The ball's going without you. So that's when it becomes very, very exciting in your business.
Very important also is I mentioned earlier a gentleman from Nigeria who was invited to go to Mauritius because of his achievement. And this is the point, is you need to recognize your successes. When you become a senior associate, that is a first step. Signing up your first associate or signing up an associate. It doesn't matter, honestly, folks, if we sponsor hundreds of people. Every time a new person comes in, it is significant. It is exciting. And you need to celebrate these things. Success with significance. And this is why Max have these incredible, we just talked about Mauritius, one of the most beautiful places to visit. I don't know if you've ever been there, but I'm telling you, we've been there before, and it's just to die for. And that's why Max has these programs. We got the products, incredible science, very useful, that solves a common problem in our society, mixed with an opportunity, a financial opportunity to, one, start by affording these products, two, by increasing your inflow of income into your home that could turn into an empire, which some of us have been able to achieve, and many of you actually have done that also. And number three, they have incredible trips incentive to recognize your successes with significance. It's all part of the package with Max International.
And most important, always be grateful, because a grateful heart is a magnet to miracles. Every single day when you wake up in the morning, always focus on gratitude, focus on intentions of what you want your day to look like. You finish your day in gratitude of all the great things that have come your way. All the amazing people that have come into your life, even the ones that said no to you, because they're bringing you great experiences, learning experiences. So thank you for showing up for class tonight. And we're grateful to have every single one of you in our lives.
Absolutely. We're grateful. Tammy, if you want to just stop the sharing so we can start. Beautiful. Thank you. And folks, this again ends the segment of this training, and we're a little bit early today, which I'm very grateful. And I also want to recognize that many of you are starting to put your comments. I'm really grateful for that. This is really going to help you. It's going to help us delivering a better product. That interaction, I cannot stress enough how important it is. Your voice matters. For example, if I didn't know that Roland was hearing this humming noise and he didn't say anything, well, guess what? The entire call would have been that way. Okay, so I know some of you are very early from Nigeria, some are from Ghana, some are from Canada, they're from the West Coast, the East Coast, the United States, from East Coast to West Coast. We want to thank you for joining in. This call has been, is actually on the Max Global Diamond group. If you're not part of it, just send me a request, just look for Max Global Diamond and I will immediately accept you. Okay, the other groups, you have to go through your leadership because again, I want to be very respectful to your leadership. Okay. At that point, if there's anything, Tammy, you want to add as we end this call or this webinar?
Have an awesome week.
Wonderful, folks. So thank you for joining in and we look forward to the next Monday call. Do we know what the next topic is, Tammy, for next week?
You know what? We never talked about it.
Okay.
If any of you have any ideas of what you want to hear as well, that helps us in putting trainings together. So where you feel you're the most stuck or where you need more clarity, we just want to make sure that Monday nights are beneficial for all of you to grow and expand your wings.
Hey, social media, Tammy. Social media has to be, has to be emphasized for 2021.
Paul, this is a very good point, and maybe we'll end on this note. And some of you, I've noticed you're starting to respond to the different groups, the private groups that we have. And this is really, really important. One thing that I used to do is I used to click like, when people are posting comments or things. But I think also what's really important is your comment. Okay. When people put a comment with a like, I tend to read them because I'm interested. I want to know. For example, once this video is uploaded, I've noticed some people are starting to comment on it. This is giving us a constructive and even sometimes some things that we need to work, some things that we need to work on to improve. So this social media is the way of the future. And there's going to be more and more and more that will come out that will get overwhelmed which one we pick. Right now, the three is Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. But TikTok, I'm not a big fan. Nothing wrong with it. For me, it seems to be a younger generation. But now Tammy's talking about Wheel, which is a segment of Instagram, and she's pushing me to learn it. So I will get with the program. But I can't stress enough, participate. I know that the generation, even Generation X and the generation a bit more mature, we haven't grown up necessarily with Facebook. Our children have. But it's something, it's like, say, I don't want to use my cell phone. I don't want a cell phone. Well, if you don't, you'll be completely disconnected from the world. So social media, it's a way to interact, stay plugged in, stay informed, and in tune with what's going on. So thank you, Paul, for making this comment. I really do appreciate it. So let's end on this note, and I thank you. It was wonderful. We have some Facebook Live, and we have some comments, and some people is watching it from there, and we have our Zoom session. We have a great group there. So thank you again, everybody, and have yourself a wonderful, wonderful evening. Thank you for attending, everybody.
Thank you,
Good night,
Casey,
everyone.
Tammy.
Good man.
Thank you.